Now, another one of your renditions, In My Life, The Beatles, is another one of my favorite ones that you do.
Yeah.
And that one's got its own set of challenges.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so on this song, we talked about this earlier, the one bent note that you do on the B string there, behind the bridge.
Yeah.
Why there?
You kind of got to look at the left hand, what I'm doing. So I've got the
that minor 6 chord
minor
there.
6.
Yeah.
Now I need to get that, and if I'm holding down that full chord, how am I going to do it?
Da.
So you could do it behind here. Unlike a Les Paul or, you know, most Gibsons on a telly, you do it up here, of course.
Yeah.
Now, again, why am I doing that? It's because it requires it. And to be honest, I want that big chord to sound, you know, nice and full. That's like, well, how am I going to do it? I've got no other option.
There's one other spot in there where you do those harmonics.
Oh, yeah, so... Now, obviously, I need to go up to that G. And with the way I'm doing it, obviously, I'm using my thumb over the top, but I want the chord, again, to sound big and full.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah. Now, what I want that, I could do this.
No.
Sounds shit, right?
Yeah.
I want the notes to kind of ring out for as long as possible. Almost, dare I say, I'm cautious of saying this, dare I say piano-like. But, you know, I'd never want it to be a case of, oh, why don't you just play the piano then? 'Cause guitar's cooler than piano, right? I love the piano. But yeah.
That's amazing.
That's the part.
That's beautiful, yeah.
I mean, there's a couple of ways you could do that.
Which is nice.
You could do it up there. It's a little bit trickier doing it that way. Yeah.
That seems it's actually easier to play like that.
It's easier to play, and I think it flows a little bit nicer.
I'd like to take a second to talk to you about this channel. This is actually Rick Beato 2. I've had it since the beginning of my main channel, and many of you are not subscribed. As a matter of fact, 87% of the people that watch this channel regularly are not subscribed. So I encourage you to hit the subscribe button on this channel and on my main channel. This will help me get even more of my dream guests and help continue to grow both channels. Thank you. Using the rhythm pickup on this Les Paul sounds amazing. That's another thing that gives it more of a bell tone.
Well, yeah.
Just to show people what it would sound like if you were on a different pickup. Like the lead pickup, for example, it wouldn't quite have the same.
It wouldn't be as nice, essentially.
No.
Yeah. So, I mean, if I did... Dare I say it's a little bit harsh.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So yeah, I completely agree. I mean, I always like a lot of bass for arrangements. You know, not to fill in the gaps. Just like we said, just so it sounds nicer, essentially. You know.
Now you're playing through a Fender Twin.
This is the Joe Bonamassa. Yeah.
People don't know this, but on your videos that you do at your house at home, you have kind of a different setup.
Yeah, it's pretty different.
It's a secret. Do you want to talk about what your amp setup is there?
Do you reckon they'll send me one if I give them a shout? Use your powers. I need a new one. It's a Roland Street Cube, and sometimes a Fishman or Fender acoustic amp. You know. So all I'm saying. So, well, I live in an apartment. I got neighbours below me, neighbours above. The neighbours below me. Nightmare.
Yeah.
I can't be loud. I just simply can't. And I imagine there's a lot of people out there who are the same thing. Roland Street Cube.
There you go.
Roland Street Cube. Yeah, in all seriousness, it's helped me out. I know maybe it might not be ideal for some people, but it's helped.
Probably wouldn't play a $400,000 guitar through it.
It's
Maybe
been
you
done.
would.
It's
Yes.
been done. I have done. I have no shame. Yeah, so obviously, there's times where I'll use a fair few extended techniques. Nothing that hasn't been done before, obviously. But there's times where, you know, it doesn't require it, which is kind of cool. So, I mean, I was playing, again, some more Beatles. Kind of like the Beatles. I was doing Saw Her Standing There.
Yeah.
So essentially, obviously, it's just trying to combine the two. Again, this stuff has been done, but I just find it a lot of fun. So essentially, and then, so obviously that's kind of Paul's kind of bass line.
Yeah.
And then over the top. Now you got to try and combine the two of them. Kind of, right?
Great.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
now that one.
yeah.
So one of the things to me when I hear that and when I watch you play it, when you're doing the walking bass line, when you're actually playing and you have to play that G sharp with the index finger.
Yeah.
That seems like a real challenging part to do.
Now, funnily enough, when I'm doing that on that E7, I'm not actually playing the G string, but I'm just so used to having that shape. You know, I imagine most
Yes.
of the stuff. So yeah, I'm kind of.
I mean, could you play that with your thumb? No,
I've got
because you'd have to get back.
changing
No, you can't do
positions.
it.
Well, unless.
No, that doesn't quite have the.
It's a bit much. Plus, I think there's a bit of
There's a
unwanted.
bounce
Yeah.
to it.
There's probably some unwanted noise if I was to use a thumb. Yeah, I mean,